Vitamin C is great for fading acne scars, pigmentation, evening out the uneven skin tone, but the same things even alpha-arbutin does. So why do you need extra vitamin C in your skincare? We're going to be answering that question and figuring out which is the best percentage of vitamin C for you, and also does cost really matter when you're picking up your vitamin C? Hi and welcome. If you're new here, you can expect videos based on science, research, and my own experience in the beauty industry. I've also been in healthcare and IT. If you're returning, welcome and thank you so much for being a part of this journey. With that, let's get started. The first thing I want to talk to you about is why is vitamin C really needed in our skincare? So vitamin C is incredibly important in our skincare because it restores collagen. It actually saves collagen, and it does that by eating away all the free radicals. Free radicals are caused due to pollution, stress, irritants in the environment. And all these free radicals are able to eat up your collagen and destroy it. So when you have vitamin C in your skincare, it's able to eat away the free radicals and therefore restore your collagen. The second thing that vitamin C does very well is protect our skin against UV and UVB damage, which literally enters your skin and burns the lower part of our skin, or called the dermis, or even below that. The third, but definitely not the last, it increases the proliferation of fibroblasts, and what that does is keeps the skin strong. Basically, the architecture of our skin keeps us intact for longer. So yes, vitamin C is great for fading, brightening, giving you the glow, giving you the radiance, but what really differentiates it from all other actives is the fact that it's able to get into your skin and actually restore it for youth, as well as save it from aging and the free radical damage that occurs in our environment. The question is, how do you know whether this vitamin C serum is well formulated or not? It's fairly easy to actually find out. Even if you don't understand, this green juice is like the most horrid thing that man created, but it's one of the best things you could do for your skin. So apart with all the topical care, make sure you've got plenty of green juice in your skincare. So how do you know whether this particular formulation is good or not? There are a few pointers that can help you. The first thing to look for is, does it have antioxidants or enhancers which not only stabilize the vitamin C but also help its absorption into the skin. Along with that, just make sure that the bottle does not allow too much oxygen in it. So it should be a pump bottle and definitely not a jar. The third thing is to make sure that the bottle is either dark or it is light proof. Which I'm very divided about is, should you be using vitamin C from natural resources or should you be using L-ascorbic acid and its esters? I think if you have a lot of time with you in terms of years, you're very young, you're starting before 26 or even before 30, you could experiment with natural vitamin C, because at that point you're looking for, radiance and just keeping your skin healthy. Your skin is in a healthy state already. It's got a lot of collagen building naturally, and the UV damage is not so much. You could definitely introduce a natural source of vitamin C. But when it comes to anti-aging benefits or reversing UV damage that's already accumulated over the years, so say you're looking at vitamin C post 37, 38, I would strongly recommend to go in for L-ascorbic acid or some of its esters, because those are going to deliver the best value for your money and for your effort. Now let's look at the percentages of vitamins that are available. Over here, we're going to be looking at not only what your skin requires, but also the age band that best works for which kind of percentage. It gets a little messy, but stay with me, we'll get through this. The first thing is, if you are in the age group of under 27, but you have a very active lifestyle and you have a lot of acne scars, either or, you're looking at 5% vitamin C. The brands you're looking at are Detoxy, Pilgrim, Klairs Freshly Juiced. Now, if you are a little older, say between 28 to say 36, and you don't have acne scars to look for, but you are looking at introducing vitamin C, you could still introduce at 5%. But if you have acne scars and you're looking at pigmentation, and you also at that age band want a little bit of anti-aging benefit, then you're looking at a little higher percentage of vitamin C. So basically, the requirement of anti-aging pushes the requirement of the percentage to go a little higher. So then you start looking at 10 to 12%. And at 10%, we have just the minimalist. At 12%, we have got Dot & Key, we've got YBP, and we've got Neemly. All of these are going to deliver on the anti-aging parameter as well. Next, we have the percentage band of 15 to 20%. At this percentage, The vitamin C is going to deliver big on anti-aging benefit, and of course it's going to deliver on the UV reversal as well as pigmentation and melasma. Now, if you are under 38 and you have issues of pigmentation and melasma, then switch to 15 to 20%. But if you're above 38, your first requirement is anti-aging, and with that you may have the requirement of pigmentation or melasma. You're definitely looking at 15-20%. And in over here, you need to be a little careful when you start using, because even if you have been using vitamin C for some time, say at 10 to 12%, when you introduce a high dosage of 20%, sometimes it can get irritated on your skin, because keep in mind that vitamin C has a lower pH, and if your skin is very dry or it's very irritated, it will up the irritation a lot. So if your skin starts getting irritable at 20%, back off, leave your skin for a week and reintroduce the product in a little bit of quantity. And the moment you apply that, you can then go in with a moisturizer to kind of buffer the vitamin C if it's too irritating. The most irritating are the powders and suspensions, but I didn't find any Indian brand which has powders and suspensions. Those are only available with The Ordinary. There are a couple of brands over here at 20%. It was surprising for me that the maximum water products are actually at 20%. We've got the Recast, we've got Saint Botanica, we've got the Dermaco, we've got Earth Rhythm, we've got Cipla V is at 15%, VCX is at 20%, then we have Earth Rhythm, and then we have Eclat. L-ascorbic acid at 20% will give you massive results, because it's the purest form of vitamin C. Recast and Cipla use L-ascorbic acid. All others use either EAC or they use MAP or SAP, which are esters of vitamin C and take that much longer for conversion as they hit your skin. If you haven't seen my previous video on vitamin C, make sure you have a look. It covers all the variants of vitamin C. For a quick reckoner, please check. I have the variants over here. You can see some of these variants are great for sensitive skin, which is represented by the leaf. Some of these are available in oil and water. You can see the icon next to it. It'll give you a quick understanding of, if you are looking for this particular ester of vitamin C, what is the best formulation for it. Now let's look at the cost. When we pay extra for one particular brand, are we getting extra vitamin C, more percentage of vitamin C, and is it worth the extra money that we're giving them? So at 5% vitamin C, we have the Detoxy, we have the Pilgrim, and then we have the Klairs freshly juiced. All of these are at 5%, but the costs vary a lot. Detoxy is at 600, Pilgrim is at under 700, and Klairs is at 1100 rupees. The additional that you're paying for Klairs is because it's packed with EGFs and it has an additional vitamin C in the form of SAP. Let's look at the higher ranges of vitamin C. Now, Cipla is a pharma company. They don't give an X about customer care. So there's no information at all about what are the other ingredients along with their vitamin Cs, or what else is there. It has L-ascorbic acid, which is the purest form of vitamin C. It delivers your results because, at 2200 rupees for a 10 ml bottle, it's going to last you for 26-27 days. It's a lot of money. And if you're going to use a bottle a month, you're going to be spending 22,000 rupees on just the vitamin C, never mind the other products that you have. Then let's look at YBP. YBP and Neemly are both at 12%. At 2200 rupees, you're paying top dollar for a 12% vitamin C, which is going to give you more fading pigmentation and very limited anti-aging benefit, because for anti-aging benefit we want the vitamin C to be at a higher percentage, plus we want it to be at least L-ascorbic acid, because that's what's going to give you the maximum benefit. The point to consider is that acne scar fading and all of that, though you can get from alpha-butin and Azelaic also. So if I'm looking for anti-aging benefit at 2200 rupees, I would rather look at Recast or look at the Dermaco, because they're fairly affordable. Keep in mind the recurring cost of the product matters a lot when you start investing in it. And this is where it pays to be a little smart shopper, to get very clear on what is the ingredient going to deliver for you and what does your skin require. I also want to discuss that if you are on Retin A, which gives you the maximum advantage of anti-aging, reversing UV damage, and strengthening the skin's architecture, do you require vitamin C on it at all? One of the biggest questions I get asked is, how do I make a simple skincare routine? Plus also there's the constraint of budget in the end, right? So my suggestion is this: if you have massive anti-aging requirements, stick to Retin A and use a lower percentage of vitamin C, because remember, anti-aging benefits are coming from Retin A. So don't look at it from your vitamin C. If you're not using Retin A, you don't have massive melasma and pigmentation, but you require anti-aging support, then look for a higher percentage of vitamin C. Done. With that, have green juice.